Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. We're lucky enough on Christmas Eve 2023 to be joined by Mr. Jack Glass, part of Team Hookup Guide Service. He's out on the water this morning with his grandson and his son-in-law, and we're going to talk about what he just recently was, just yesterday, over at Fisherman's getting gear for these conditions. By the way, the river looks great, but man, that does look low and clear. What was it that you went over to Fisherman's and picked up?
Well, I had to go over and pick up some beads and some plugs and some jigs and a few things. So I'll show you what some of the things I bought. I bought a little bag of goodies, but they had a full selection there. They had everything I was after, so I was really happy about that.
And look at that, everyone. You can see that there's obviously a... yeah, look at that. You got the B&R soft beads. You got all that. You got some Procure scent in there. What else you got going on there? Oh, yeah.
Number 20 beads. I've never used size 20, but that's been working last year. Size 20s. Great big things. Of course, I always like the jigs. I use a lot of jigs in slow, clear water right now. And then we were talking about the mag lips. There's several mag lips that I use. You know, that's a really good one right there. So we use mag lip a lot as well. Can't go wrong. I keep a little Procure along. I throw some, and it's just not an advertising. I mean, I really use this stuff. I'm not kidding you at all. I use Gamakatsu hooks, you know, a lot of that stuff. I like these type of jigs, bobbers. We use those kind of bobbers just to show a few things that I actually use. So.
Well, yeah, and I think that's kind of important. I know that what he just mentioned, that he's not trying to, you know, do any advertising, but, it's the gear that we're comfortable with using as well. You know, obviously, Jack is a professional. He's out there every day with clients. He wants to be as successful as possible. But I have to go back. That Procure, that was a crawfish scent.
Yes, don't tell anybody. Crawfish works really well.
Don't tell anyone, he says. I love that. I love that. And I love the gift cards, man. That's even better.
Well, this was the first thing I picked up when I went over there. Is I've got a couple of gift cards for some friends. This is the best Christmas present for any of your outdoors people, men, women, both. And you can pick them up today. And, you know, they can use this to buy their license for 24 also.
Oh, yeah, good point.
What a great gift, because I've got to buy my license this week, and I know a lot of people do. I buy the sports pack, and this makes a great gift. You can run over there today and pick it up for last-minute stocking stuffers and things like that. We love Fisherman's, one of my favorite stores.
Yeah, that's I mean, really, I don't know how many we did this year, Ryan, as far as Christmas gift ideas, and we didn't even think about the gift cards. Okay, now let's break it down. Let's go back to what we were talking about. Low clear water, it's the end of December, going into January. For Steelhead, you're bobber dogging, you've got your bobber and jigs. If you were just an average angler like myself, a non-10%er, everyone. What would be the way that if I was going to go bank fishing today or tomorrow or this upcoming week that you might break it down and prefer to go after fish in these conditions?
A bobber and jig is a great way to go because, doggone it, they don't hang up much. If you fish at about 3 to 4 feet underneath a fixed bobber, I happen to have one of these weighted fixed bobbers on here. I like these kind. The paint's all wore off of it, but that's a good fixed bobber.
Yeah.
They cast really well, and you don't hang up very much. Oh, and you're spending time fishing. The last thing you want to do is be on the bank tying up gear. The fellow who called earlier, and he loves drift fishing. I do too. I like drift fishing, but doggone it, I get a lot more casts in if I'm using a bobber and jig. Drift fishing, you're going to hang up more often. Even bobber dogging, we hang up some, but you can't beat a bobber and jig, low clear water, or even a pink worm you can put on. You can take a jig, one of these maxi jigs is just the jig itself, and then you put a night crawler, a pink worm on that, and fish them that way is also a great method. So you can't go wrong with that. You're fishing all the time. You're making good use of your time when you're on the water. Not spend a lot of time tying up gear or backlashes and things like that. So I recommend a bobber and jig is a great technique.
That's a great answer. Last question I got for you. When you're talking about bobber and jig fishing in these conditions, do you like lightly colored jigs, dark jigs, bright colors? What do you like?
Well, I've been a real fan for years of pink and white.
Okay.
In colder water, I like pink and white. But then, of course, we know as those darker jigs, like the Nightmare one, like I've got here, the Nightmare is an overall deadly throughout the year. I tend to use Nightmare more in February, March. I like a pink and white jig. Even some of the Bomac pink and white ones also work really well. So that's kind of my go-to is pink and white or the black.
Jack, I only got a few seconds left. What's it like for you going forward? If folks are watching, can they get with you and maybe get out and do some winter steelhead fishing before you get booked up?
Absolutely. I've got quite a bit of flexibility. You know, I do a little 4 or 5 hour trip, which is nice in the sled. Do offer some drip boat trips. Also have somebody that can shuttle if you need shuttle on the Sandy. Sometimes those are hard to come by. So I know somebody's helping, and give me a call. I can let you know about that. I won't announce a number over the air, but reach out to me. I can help you with that. And, you know, low clear water. I've got a lot of room, and I do these 4 or 5 hour trips. Very reasonable. I love veterans and people with steelheaders and CCA. I'm big supporters of those groups, so they usually get a little discount if you're a member.
Very cool. Jack, as always, man, thanks for spending some time. Merry Christmas to you, and we can't thank you enough for sharing some of your advice and wisdom on Christmas Eve. That's an early gift for everyone out there. Jack, thank you, sir. Take care.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thanks, Jack. Take care, sir. Say hello to the family for all of us, will you? All right, we're going to cut to a quick break. When we come back, we've got a few phone calls that are hanging. We're going to make sure to get through as many of those as possible, so don't go anywhere. We got a lot more for you. We'll be right back.